Well, good morning everyone. A very warm welcome to all present here. Today we celebrate the outstanding achievement of professional experts in our respective specialities, recognizing their dedication and outstanding performance in various fields. Let's make this Memorial Day as a honor for our winners. Yeah. As we gather here, we are about to embark a journey of knowledge and enlightenment. And what better can it begin with an auspicious lightning of lamp? May I invite Ms. Shalini Tiwari, Shania Khanam, Azruddin Farooqi, and Hema Narayanan to do the honors, please. The light of the lamp reminds us of the collectivity commitment to our progress, understanding and harmony. With this luminous start, we now officially declare and even open and proceed with our planned schedule. Thank you, Madam and Sir. May I now request Shania Khanam, CEO DG1, Chairman Golden Aims Award, Corporate Forum, and Social Entrepreneur, Women Empowerment, for the opening keynote, please. Thank you.
A very good morning to all the beautiful, adorable and inspiring women leaders present over here. And a warm welcome to the Golden Aim Conference and Award for Excellence and Leadership presents Women Leadership Forum 2.0, supported by DG1 Plus. I am Shania Khanam, the CEO of DG1 Plus and currently serving as the chairperson of Women Leadership Forum, where I foster leadership and development and advocacy for women in various sectors. This event not only celebrate our collective achievement but also serve as a platform for collaboration, innovation and motivation. It is a profound honor for me to have the opportunity to address you at this significant forum. The discussion we engage in today is vital, as I firmly believe that women leadership plays a critical role in shaping a future that is not only peaceful and sustainable but should be equitable for all. Women possesses incredible energy, warmth and transformative power which allow them to approach challenges and opportunity from unique angles. Their diverse perspective can illuminate complex issues, fostering innovative solutions that benefit society as a whole. Moreover, women serve as a powerful agent of change, inspiring others and driving progress in various realms, including politics, business, and community initiatives. We are witnessing a shift in understanding that diverse leadership teams are more effective, make better decisions, and represent the interest of broader population. As we move forward, we must continue to advocate and support women leadership at all levels, recognizing the immense value it brings to our community and global landscape. Together, let's work together for a future where women's voices are not only heard but celebrated as integral to shaping a world that thrives everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you for such your valuable words. May I now call upon Shalini Tiwari, Director and CEO, of JMB Dynamic Solution. And her topic for today will be fostering inclusive leadership, embracing diversity for collective success. Can we hear it for her, please?
Full women sitting here. No one is good. Beautiful. So when I say beautiful woman, woman is always beautiful. Woman is mother. Woman is the, birth giver. Woman is in the boardroom. Woman is celebrated throughout. And when it comes to women, they not only have to see their home front, but yes, they have to equally shine on the professional front. And in this bargain, they have to sometimes ignore themselves. Yes, we want to be, more than 100% at professional as well as personal fronts. So, a big salute to all that yes, and we have made it and we are doing it. Before starting my formal presentation, I would like to give a brief introduction of myself. I'm Shalini Tiwari. I am a core human resource professional, now became the CEO of JMB Dynamic Solutions. As far as my journey goes, I have worked with major healthcare giants, which includes Lilavati, Jaslok Hospitals as Director HR and IR. I am, as far as my education background goes, why I'm sharing this, I will come back to it. Starting from, Narsi Munji to XLRI Jamshedpur to IIM, Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So, during my journey, I started my journey a little late because when my kids were small, I was home taking care of them because my husband being a very senior doctor, he has to be there on the hospital front. So, child care should not be ignored. And thereafter, I appeared for, a NEET exam and the CET, and then I cleared and did my full-time MBA, and then journey started with various things. Why I'm saying this is, anytime when we start or come to a professional sphere, we cannot be, without upgrading ourselves, remain in the system, right? So we have to upgrade ourselves to be relevant with the times. And with the advent of AI now, we have to further upgrade ourselves. This is the demand of the hour. So coming back now to a very interesting topic today. Fostering inclusive leadership. So friends, I would want this to be a very participative one. We will discuss. This will not be just a slide presentation, reading the points and boring and over. No. And there is no negative marking. So everybody can participate. Okay. So now tell me, who in this room is a leader or leader in the making? You can raise hands. Who is a leader or leader in the making? And remaining are followers. Tell me. Oh, this will be a very, thought-provoking thing, what I am discussing with you. Because this comes from a very practical experience. So all of us say we are leaders, most of us, right? So what type of leaders are we? Anyone would want to share? Please share so that, we discuss it and then understand it properly. Otherwise, hum kya bolte hain? Authoritative, this, that, we'll count various type of leadership styles. No. Tell me. Yes, please.
I think I can strategize things better and make decisions for the family and for the.
So you are a strategist or a leader?
I'm a strategic leader.
Strategic leader. Wonderful. Can we give her a big round of applause? मेरे ख्याल से हम सब सोकर आए ना आराम से. I mean, we are energetic. कि नहीं? कोई बात नहीं. Let's bring the energy, to this room. Let's do rain clapping. क्या होता है rain clapping? All of us know. कैसे? पहले full 5, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 1, 2, 3, then 3, 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 1, 2, 3. तो अभी तो आपने डेमो देखा है, अब लाइव करेंगे. चलिए, 1 2 3, come on. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Is it done?
No.
1 2 3. Achha, now why I had to ask this question? Is it done? This is one. Second is, you have to go through the grind to understand the things. You cannot stand out of the swimming pool and say कि swimming difficult है, या हो गई, या नहीं आती है, या मैं नहीं कर सकता. Yes? So since in second attempt I was not participating, I was just counting. So my focus was on counting and the sound produced by the clap. And in the process I lost whether it has completed or not, right? And this happens with each one of us daily in our professional sphere, right? Because there are so many things. Okay, so anybody else would want to tell me what kind of leader they are? May I request the beautiful lady in the blue sari sitting there. Can we give her a mic, please?
Good morning, everybody.
Very good morning to you.
Ma'am, leadership is, what I believe is, कि you have to take everybody together with you.
Yes.
And it's like taking each and everybody's thought process further, and we have to go hand in hand, and whatever is our aim, we have to fulfill that.
So very, very good. You mean to say participative leader, right?
Yes.
We talk this, but practically many a times in the professional environment, sometimes it is not that possible कि we are able to implement. But yes, this is also a style of leadership.
Yes.
And a big round of applause for her.
Thank you.
You look so gorgeous inside.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Hey, ma'am, madam, would you like to attempt? माइक दे दीजिए उनको प्लीज. आई नो बट पीछे वाले लोग नहीं सुन पा रहे.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So I think we still have 5 minutes for afternoon.
Very good.
Empathetic leadership,
Yes.
because that's when your title of the presentation, inclusive. If you do have
No, title separate.
No, that is separate. But when you do empathetic leadership, then automatically participative also comes along. You carry along everybody with you. You put yourself in the shoes of the other person, and there you are. You take your team along and work towards the betterment of the organization.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Can we move the mic to her? She would want to say something.
Good morning, everyone.
Very good morning. Your good name, please?
My name is Pamela Lopokoit.
Nice to
Nice to
connect
meet
with
you. Yeah, same here. I tend to believe that I'm a transformational leader because I believe in mentorship and coaching of my team to grow them and also give them the autonomy to be their best that they can be. Yeah, thank you.
Very impressive. Can we give her a big round of applause? Okay, so we know various type of leadership styles. Now today we will see a very interesting leadership style of what is that? Inclusive one. So now inclusive or exclusive, that we will reach to conclusion after 20 minutes. Yes? So now this next 20 minutes of participation I would need from you, and let's learn together. I'll learn something from you, and I will share my experience as well. Can somebody help me? It's not moving. Yeah, thank you so much. So when we talk about inclusive leadership, so fostering that inclusive leadership involves creating environment where everyone feels valued, respected and empowered. For what? So, what happens, in any organization, what do we all do as a professional? We all contribute towards the organization goal in our respective categories, right? So, what should be there in any organization wherein people should have, what should they have? All three are keywords. बताइए. I would, अच्छा ये छुप गया है क्या? They should, most important is if you are valued anywhere, then only, because I have a nearsight problem. So when I put specs, I can't see you. Okay, no worries, we'll manage like this. You should be valued, you should be respected, and most important is you should be empowered to contribute, right? Many a times we are there with very good skill sets, however, the opportunity, the position is not such wherein we can come forward and contribute. So now comes the role of the leader, because in any organization everything flows from the top. The kind of culture I would want to create in my organization, right, 100% depends on me if I am the top boss, right? Because the kind of behavior I'll promote in my organization in day-to-day functioning will create the culture of the organization, right? Now, how to embrace inclusivity? Very important is by embracing diversity. Okay, so these are, the keywords, or, embracing diversity, a very wide word, right? So, करें क्या उसमें? What should we do? How do we embrace diversity? We allow people from different ethnicity, background, caste, creed, gender, right, to shine in their work. We provide equal opportunities to them. We provide support to them in terms of various resources required to perform their job. Next is by promoting equity. बताइए क्या है? Don't read. Let's. What is equity? I'm not talking in terms of finance. You should be fair. Yes, please.
Equal opportunity to all.
Yes. So you should be fair, you should be transparent. Then only people will believe you as a leader and your organization will be valued. Right? Where we see that, partial people are there or certain people are given certain kind of support, the other employees lose their morale, which in turn later affects their mental and physical health. Right? So everything is so very linked. Now the third one is a very important thing. So my screen is not visible. We have to actively address the biases. Bias होते हैं क्या? Right? Many a times the person who is biased does not know that he or she is biased. That is also one of the facts. This we will just come to know. What is this on the screen? Can you see? Unconscious bias in the workplace. So what is unconscious bias? Conscious bias is when we deliberately do some bias, right? I have to take an interview, I'll see, oh, he's my sister's son. I'm biased, irrespective of the requirement, JD and specification. I say, oh, this is good, and I'm giving just one example. Now, day-to-day dealing bias are also there. Someone is given priority, someone is not. So, but many a times it so happens that if I am a biased person, I don't know I am biased. Right? And can anyone give me any example of biasness which they have faced in their organization? Yes, please. Can you take mic so that everybody hears?
I can be loud if you want.
But पीछे वालों को शायद
Hello everyone. So at times we are given a project, a team project, the entire teams work together. But when it comes to acknowledging the success, it's only one or two given the acknowledgement and reward. So that is one thing which is very common in the organization. I work for a BPO. I do night shift. I manage home and then I go to office. So, but when it comes to my office and my colleagues, I have noticed, in fact, I had an incident yesterday which I cried in the office because I equally worked and then it was not acknowledged, and then someone else who was working from home, not completing hours, and was acknowledged for the same.
Can we give her a big round of applause? Because it takes a lot of courage to stand and speak the fact. People only talk positive things on mic, right? And I would want participation from all corners, right? Sirf sunna nahi hai, we have to participate. I also would want to like to learn with you, right? So there are many such occasions in a professional environment, because that is in the thread of any organization. If we would want, we cannot eliminate it 100%. However, with conscious efforts, we can reduce it. So why this is unconscious? Because हम consciously नहीं करते हैं many a times. So this one. Now, very important is not only to discuss the problem, but the principle, core principle of inclusive leadership I would like to share. We talk about, Hema ji has shared empathy and understanding. Now, this is actually, when it comes to biases, this is a human behavior. So, we will have to see this layer by layer. When I am empathetic, I would see that where I'll keep my foot in other shoe and see where that pinches, right? Otherwise, I'll say, what a stylish shoe, what are you talking? Does that pinch? No. So you have to be empathetic, you have to understand their problem from their perspective, their angle. This reminds me a small incident. This was long back, this was 2010. That time I was working with Fortis Hospitals. I have two small kids that time, now they are grown up. So I would drive them because many a times we would miss their school bus. And I was the one, because of lunch, I will give myself to my kids in the morning. I will drive them. And when I am driving to the school towards Kharghar, my finance head would be coming to office because he used to reach a little early. And both of us have to attend the morning meeting at 9 with the CEO. Right? So I will be most of the time, entering 9:1, 9:2, 9:5. But I tell you, these people who are the leaders, they are not just leaders. They also have grown because they have certain qualities. And they told ki no problem madam, you can, theek hai, aap aiye. But that one word made me correct myself, and I tried to be there before 9 thereafter. But yes, we do have our families also, which cannot be ignored completely, because husband being a doctor in the hospital, so there was nobody else to take care. So empathy, even after 15 years, I do remember that gesture of my CEO. So it is not what designation you give, what money you give, but how you made people feel. They carry these memories lifetime. So this comes in inclusive. Inclusive is not just coming together and saying, giving good speech that all are equal. Everybody will get an opportunity. All will be trained. No, there is more to it, and which is very important. If we are not at our peace of mind, we will not be able to perform 100% on the professional front. When comes to next point is very important. As an inclusive leader, you should be listening very actively. You might have observed many people, they're busy on their laptop, you go and they will continue on their laptop for few seconds or 1 minute. And then you will say half they will listen, half they will not. Many a times they will start scrolling their phone. These days doom scrolling is in trend. So why I am telling you these very common things of daily life is the other person who has come with some idea, some thought, and would want to share will not feel valued, right? So in one or two attempts when he do not feel valued, he feels ki yaar I am coming with some very great idea, but the other person is not interested. Gradually he will stop sharing, and in this bargain the organization will definitely lose some brilliant ideas. So active listening is very important, and to all levels, irrespective of the organogram or the hierarchies, right? We are very attentive when we are talking to our bosses or the person of our interest. Next is self-awareness. So this comes ki, you should know, I should know that am I biased sometimes in my behavior? I am a human being, I can be. So when I talk about inclusive leadership, I should understand and evaluate myself and take feedback. All top CEOs. Now this reminds me of Dr. Tarang Gyanchandani. She is the group head CEO of Reliance HN Hospital. I will give you, she was my reporting boss at Jaslok when I was director HR there. So very important, and she would always come forward. She will deliver some speech and she will get back. Shalini, how was I? Can we be better? She is the CEO. But still, those people who would want to rise up, they will take feedback from all, at least a few people they will. Otherwise, many people think that we have grown enough, we are so big, we will not take feedback. Right? And there they lose, because their improvement stops there only. Right? Then comes promoting equity. We should promote this behavior. Leaders should walk the talk. It's not only that I say that, you all should reach on time and I'm coming at 12. It cannot happen. So leaders should walk the talk. And the important is creating a safe space. Very important. People should have faith and confidence in you as a leader. They'll come forward, they will share, and if they get positive response, they will come forward and share further without the fear of being judged. Very important. People don't share, उनको लगता है यार ये ऐसा ही idea है. They judge, they discuss in their mind, and they look for external validation. How I am looking, I know how I am looking, but I'll ask her कि ठीक लग रहा है ना? थोड़े टाइम बाद मैं ठीक बोला ना? मैंने presentation सही दिया ना? So this is a very common behavior in all of us, and this behavior we replicate in our professional sphere as well. So there, few are friends, few are not. Right? So from there, how you have to steer that because that is not the topic today. So I'm coming back to core principles. So now I think all are clear. Yes. Iske baad mein, I would like each one of you to participate. There are 12 points I have mentioned. One we will, any one of us read, and then we will discuss and quickly finish off. Practical strategies for inclusive leadership. Now this is important. We should not talk theory ki what is and type of and this that, but what are the practical strategies? How, if we are an inclusive leader but actually we are not, how we can come back, at least cover something. So who will start? Yes.
So probably when we are leading a team, so we should make our teammates that much comfortable that they should share whatever they want to share. So that will make an impact.
Achha, my screen is visible to all? Yes. Yeah, half gets hidden?
Yeah.
Can you see all?
No, the left part of it is hidden actually.
Oh, okay.
The one that's covered by the dais.
How can I make it better? Is it better now, or I'm still hiding it? ये chair को थोड़ा पीछे कर दीजिए. Practical strategies for inclusive leadership. Now this is important. We should not talk theory ki what is and type of and this that, but what are the practical strategies? How, if we are an inclusive leader but actually we are not, how we can come back, at least cover something. So who will start? Yes.
Probably when we are leading a team, so we should make our teammates that much comfortable that they should share whatever they want to share. So that will make an impact.
Achha, my screen is visible to all? Yeah, half gets hidden.
Yeah.
Can you see all?
No, the left part of it is hidden actually.
Oh, okay.
The one that's covered by the dais.
How can I make it better? Is it better now or I'm still hiding it? ये chair को थोड़ा पीछे कर दीजिए. What is written in that? मतलब आप पढ़ सकती हैं जोर से. So everybody and then we will discuss.
Lead by example, demonstrate inclusive behavior yourself, such as actively seeking diverse perspective, showing empathy and treating all team members with respect.
Do we all agree with this? Why I am reading this and one by one? Because everybody should know and go through. When we read, then we actually learn more. Quickly we will cover this. So lead by example is one. Or you want me to read and quickly finish off? Okay, the second one is diverse hiring and promotion, right? So second kaun padega? You will read for me? Yes. Though the topic itself says, but still I would want कि और अच्छा समझ में आए.
Sure. So, diverse hiring and promotion. Actively seek out and promote diverse candidates for all positions.
Right? So this should be planning at the manpower planning stage only. If I want to bring in diversity in my organization and inclusion, this should be done at the, much before the recruitment process. Now, in hospital system, we have around 60% of the employees who are nursing staff, right? And nurses come from 3 regions majorly. One is Kerala, whole lot of nurses come. Then Northeast, and third one is the local. Everywhere, every state, this is like that. So when we recruit them, we make it a point that we do not take all from one region. Reason, why? Because when festival will come, when Onam will come, one lot will not be available. When Ganpati will come, another lot will not be available. Right? And we are dealing with human life as a business of hospital. Right? So this kind of planning is done. Diverse people are kept there. At the same time, the planning is done so that availability of resource is available all the time throughout the year. Because whether it's Holi, Diwali, Dussehra or any festival, hospitals will be working round the clock.
Might I want just to add to
Yes.
this point? So what I've
Might do, yeah.
Alright.
Hi, this is Neha. So maybe will benefit all, probably
Yes.
including the whole concept of inclusiveness, diversity. What I've done for my organization, and in fact past couple of organizations have done this, is remove the gender, remove the age, and remove anything which is specifically relating and talking about the candidate except for the candidature. So whenever it goes for assessment to my business, it is only the candidate's profile. It will not have the gender, it will not have the age, it will not have the experience. You qualify only basis the capability and what the person is bringing to the table. Once the people get into the interview stage is when you will actually, all the other information will be revealed. And it has eliminated so much of biases. So we're talking about biases, right? It has eliminated so much of biases in the approach that we have taken, that we hire and we promote people only basis their capability, what they bring to the table.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can we give her a big round of applause? Thank you, Neha. Thank you for sharing. And probably other industries might also copy the best practices.
Indeed, is that why?
Yes. But when it comes to healthcare, there is a huge supply-demand gap.
Yes, so it also depends on the kind of, so the blue collar staff,
Yes,
white collar
yes,
staff.
yes.
Depending on that, the strategy has to be
Absolutely.
defined.
But yes, definitely. Thanks for sharing. We all can implement, at least not to the technical part, but support functions, yes, it can be applied to. Thank you.
The next will be like, training and education. Provide training and education on diversity, inclusion and unconscious bias to help leaders and team members understand and address this issue. I would like to, tell one example like, myself, Varda Kulkarni from Reliance Industries. I belongs to Nagothane Manufacturing Division. We have conducted menstrual hygiene management program since long back 2012. वहाँ पे ऐसा होता था मेरे सारे टीम मेंबर जो है बेसिकली मेल मेरे साथ है जो इस सब एक्टिविटी से जुड़े हुए हैं. तो शुरुआत में ऐसा होता था जब मैं विलेजेस में ये प्रोग्राम करती थी और जो सुपरस्टिशंस है या इस सब चीज़ों के बारे में कि मेंस्ट्रुएशन क्या होता है, हाइजीन को कैसे हम अवेयरनेस सेशंस होते थे, तो मेल कैंडिडेट्स थोड़ा पीछे रहते थे बिकॉज सारे फीमेल्स के साथ शुरुआत में मेरे अवेयरनेस सेशंस होते थे. तो मैंने उनको बोला कि नहीं, आपको पार्टिसिपेट करना होगा, आपको लोगों को अवेयर करना होगा. इट्स नॉट अबाउट मेल एंड फीमेल, इट्स ऑल अबाउट अवेयरनेस. हमें कम्युनिटी को अगर हेल्दी बनाना है तो आपको ये सेशन खुद कंडक्ट करना होगा. शुरुआत में मैंने उनको हेल्प की, बट नाउ दे आर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. अगर मैं हूँ नहीं हूँ उनके साथ फील्ड में, बट डेफिनेटली जो कुछ क्वेरीज होती है या जो भी प्रोग्राम्स लेने होते हैं वो बहुत कंफर्टेबली वो प्रोग्राम लेते हैं. और प्राउड टू से कि वीमेन्स आर आस्किंग देयर हेल्थ रिलेटेड क्वेरीज टू दिस मेल माय टीम मेंबर्स. सो आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ देम कि ऐसा कोई सब्जेक्ट नहीं कि ये मेल का है फीमेल का, इट ऑल डिपेंड्स कि आप उसको कैसे फॉलो करते हैं. ट्रेनिंग डेफिनेटली हमने उनकी ट्रेनिंग ली थी और वो ट्रेनिंग सक्सेसफुल रही. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much for sharing. Give her a big round of applause. So apart from conducting training like she did for various people, we also have to conduct training for our employee, our resources, so that they handle diversity in a very effective way. Right? So we should tell them, we should conduct not only the behavioral training, communication, email etiquettes, all those kind of trainings, but the trainings to handle your colleagues who could be from various, ethnicities and backgrounds. Next is inclusive policies and practices. Now this comes at organization level, wherein your policy framework should be designed. Yes, please. Okay, we'll come again. I'll just come. So the policy framework should be designed at the organization level, which should include and should be that inclusive to include all kind of resources, and that too in a very fair and transparent manner. Mentorship and sponsorship. This is very important. There are certain groups in the organization, for example, say accounts team. There are many people who are just doing the data entry work, or in the IT team, very junior people. So these are the ones who never get an opportunity, to shine most of the times. But mind you, as a leader, those who work in shadow for you contribute maximum to your success. You're the leader, so you're the face. However, the entire team is working. Now, in many organizations, I'm sure many organizations must be doing, we also made this a part of their HODs or seniors KRAs, certain percentage wherein they will mentor them, right? And their performance will affect the performance appraisal of the boss, right? So this way, KRAs can be designed. And obviously this will take the performance of the whole department up as well as the organization's success. When it comes to mentor or prodigy, this is also one initiative started, wherein there was one business house. They had many verticals: hospital, sports, training, hotels, technical institutes, schools. So what they did, they took the certain top bosses and they did cross mentor prodigy. So a hotel person is learning under hospital CEO, a hospital person learning under sports CEO. So in this process what happens, we learn a lot of good practices of each industry and implement in ours wherever possible. Again, coming back to Fortis Hospitals. So this was 2009-10. So what we did, as a business development team, we hired people from telecom industry. And now they have become big names in the healthcare domain. So they came, they brought best practices, business development, how to track, business outcomes, revenue leakages and all. And they probably changed the total dimension of healthcare business development. Then comes, last one is foster open communication. We should allow people to speak, come forward and value them. When it comes to any problem, I'm sure we all believe that together, each one of us achieve more. This is what team, T-E-A-M. So if a problem is given to me to solve, I might take a day or two. But if it is given to all of us, we'll probably come forward and solve this in 10 minutes with so many different perspectives, right? Address unconscious bias. This we have discussed a lot on. Then celebrate diversity and seek feedbacks, create inclusive teams, promote collaborations, and invest in resources. This is very important because this is your resource who will direct your success as an organization or an industry or failure. Many times, this is, people say if we train and then people leave, we waste a whole lot of money in learning and development and then people leave and it benefits the other. So then who leaves the other comes to you also. They're also training, you're also training, so no loss.
Such a typical CEO and our fight, always in the
Yes, yes. Now, so what are the benefits of embracing diversity? Enhance creativity and innovation because many ideas are pouring from different sectors. Improve problem solving, strong decision making, and increased employee engagement and retention. Again, this slide, because this is very important and each one of us have to evaluate ourselves, whether we are unconsciously, semi-consciously doing this. Yes, this is just a picture to show, just after that slide. This happens many a times. And this really affects a person's confidence. So we all sitting in this room at least, we will not do this. So how to come out of this? If one is in such a problem, you have to set boundaries. Yes. The only people who get upset about you setting the boundaries are the ones who were benefiting from you having none. Am I right? Does this make sense? Otherwise, nobody, minds. They respect you. They respect your boundaries. Who will read this aloud?
Not every sorry deserves its okay in return.
How many of us agree? So what should be the answer? Not every sorry deserves its okay. तो फिर और हम क्या कह सकते हैं? What else?
Change in behavior.
You should be.
That's
yeah, you are right.
That's only the thing.
Absolutely. So you have to, not that arrogantly, but you have to make them understand that yes, don't make this again. Not complete no-no for me. Now, some analytics around this. बहुत छोटा सा, 1 minute. Recent findings reveal that 80% of the world's top companies intentionally build diverse and inclusive teams to boost performance and spark creativity. Research also shows that teams designed with diversity make better decisions 87% of the time and are 70% more likely to tap into new markets. The Deloitte data shows that diversity and inclusivity in a team setting improves decision-making quality by 20%. So they have a criteria on which they evaluate this, and then they come with these kind of analytics. So last slide, embracing diversity is not only a strategic advantage, but also a moral imperative, as it promotes fairness, equity and inclusion for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for empowering us once again, bringing that light back to us. We have a small token of love, of appreciation from Golden Ames Award, and may I request Ms. Shaina. Can we have the rain?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, the pictures are very important. Well, Golden Ames Award has conducted groundbreaking research on different role models, leading to bring with us today the best of ideal role models from the pack of experts. Their dedication to advancing knowledge, innovation, practices, and their idea to make this world beautiful, knowledgeable, and healthy is truly inspiring. Let us applaud to the team of Golden Ames Award 2025 for their outstanding research, achievement, and their commitment to felicitate the best of the best professionals first. And now may I please have on stage Ms. Shania Khanam to present the awards, please. Also Ms. Shalini. Okay, we are starting the awards for the Women Leadership Forum 2.0, and to begin with, the most fabulous women crow of the year, Isha Nair, Crow Fermion Infotech Private Limited. Exemplary Women HR Leader of the Year, Lata Shirigiri, Director HR India. Moving forward, Most Versatile Women HR Leader of the Year, Neha Srivastava, VP People and Culture, Lead Squad. Well, that's you. I know why it's mentioned most versatile.
So much for this. So I was thinking about this whole concept of versatility ever since that was talked about, and so there's a technical side to it, and then there is a human angle to it as well. And most of us, I think, qualify to the technical side of versatility. But I think what differentiates, and I think every individual, every soul who's sitting over here would be the human side of versatility that you bring to the forum. And when you brood more over it, I think what came to my mind when I rested was the hardships. And I think all of us in our lives go through that kind of hardship. Most of us, rather, are left with no choice in the rest of the forums where you have to provide solutions, right? HR, solution provider. Provide the solution to the business, provide the solution to the people, and hence, you have to balance things right because there are hopes levying on you and hopes from everywhere. And, it puts you into such a situation where there is inability not to give in, right? And you have to always carry that responsibility, not just of yourself, and rather not of yourself, but for every single soul in the organization. I have this debate with my CEOs and the founders who say that there are 10 products. So I head the HR for a SaaS company. My versatility comes from, I think I've never repeated an industry, so probably you name an industry except for manufacturing, I would have worked with all the industries. Yes, I'm old. But when you put into a forum wherein you have to provide solutions, sometimes ensure that the bottom line is corrected, your top line is intact, there are solutions on the strategy, there are solutions on development, there are solutions on processes, policies, compliance, so forth and so forth. And then eventually when you sit back and think, it tells you that life has not left you with a choice, but actually to be versatile. And I think that goes for everybody who's sitting over here. So thank you so much.
May we have Most Admired Women HR Leader of the Year, Shalini Vohra, Group Head Leadership Development, Talent Management and Culture, Landmark Group, Middle East.
For this award. This goes to my sister-in-law. I'm here to collect it on her behalf. Though I'm not HR, but I'm also in a leadership role in a company elsewhere. But to all the HR women out here, I just want to say that every woman born is a born HR. We are managing human resources everywhere, at home, at work, in the market. So it salutes womanhood. Thank you.
Thank you. And now may we have the Young Women HR Leader Award and Jayashree Rani, Gerald Carvalho, Manager HR, Nivas Housing Finance Private Limited.
Firstly, thank you, Golden Name Awards. I feel privileged to be here, part of many senior people. I have heard them talking. I have heard the inclusive topic, and I'm privileged to be honored as young woman leader. I aspire to be an empathetic leader, rightly as Hema said. When she was asking, I was thinking I will say the same thing, and she just said it, and I was like, wow. So, alike minds in this room. It's great to be here. This is for all the people whom I have worked with. There are quite a few women behind my success. I feel privileged to work with such talented people. I feel privileged to work with women especially because, you know, nowadays women support women a lot. There is a myth that, you know, औरत की दुश्मन होती है. I don't think that is true. That's absolutely not true because behind my success there are a lot of women at home, at work, in every aspect of my life. So this is for all the women. Thank you.
Ms. Ranjita Das, HR, Head HR, Gulf Data Private Limited. Gulf.
so much for this award, Golden Aims. It is an honor and privilege for me. So I would say that before 20 years ago, when I joined HR, it was mostly an administrative kind of a profile, where people would think about payroll and something. So it was like mummy at home, mummy ghar par hai, dal chawal bana rahi hai. Because we HR are all mummies for all the people, all the employees. We can see that transformation going around with AI data, and now our mummies has become 2.0, powerful. We are all harlequins. So transforming the world, transforming the people, understanding empathy, sympathy, progressive approach, that is all needed. And kudos to all of you, all the women over here. We make the world. And we make the difference. Without us, the world is not a beautiful place to live in. Thank you so much.
Moving ahead with the Emerging Women HR Leadership Award, Logistics and Supply Chain Industries. Nityashri Elango Nachir, Assistant Manager Human Resource, Polkart Logistics India Private Limited.
Golden Aims for recognizing, I mean, like you said, inclusivity. So recognizing the next generation also in this forum amongst like great minds and many leaders. And talking about women all about, and we all know like the majority of here are women, but let's not forget the men also with us. So I would also like to thank my mentor, my managing director at Polkart Logistics, Mr. Elango Narayanan, who is present here with me to support me, and who has pushed me beyond my boundaries to go, explore, learn, be adventurous, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And now for the most innovative and strategic marketing leader of the year, Supriya P. Bambavle, Global Marketing Lead, Engineering Alliances, Cape Germany.
HR stalwarts in the room, right? So I think all of you would agree that marketing is never a one-person job. It literally takes a village to be on the top of your game. So I accept this on behalf of my excellent team. And fun fact, mostly when we have men joining our Teams calls, we say, oh, diversity is here. So we are a largely women-oriented team, and thank you very much for this Golden Aim and Dynergic. And huge congratulations to all the winners.
And now for the best CMO of the year, NGO, Varsha Ojha, CMO, Curdle Foundation. Do we have her? Moving forward, Exemplary Women Leader Award, Brand Communication and Marketing, Hema Narayanan, Principal Consultant, School of Design, Bangalore.
lot, Shaniyam and Shalini. Very happy to be here and receive this award. I see a lot of youngsters. I think I'm kind of the oldest in this place with over 3 decades of experience in marketing, global communications and global events. I worked across different industries and it's been a wonderful career, I must say. Like I think the previous winner said, it takes a village for marketing. Yes, it does. I used to have huge teams. Well, after a point I kind of said, you know, this is enough, and I moved to School of Design Thinking, which is where I work as a consultant now. And design thinking is something which is catching up in these days. I think all the youngsters in HR should kind of imbibe that. It's nothing but a problem-solving approach with humans in the center. I was just discussing with another winner colleague over here. Must say that this is a boardroom, okay? I mean, this is a conference room where typically conferences happen for 3 to 4 hours, but the washroom, you have to go to the lobby. So I think that's a bad design, isn't it? Yeah. So design thinking starts from whatever you see around you. So that is something which we propagate. We work with colleges, we work with other corporates, because everybody thinks something is a problem, but that's actually not the problem. So we do a lot of workshops. I take care of brand relationships as well as step in as faculty in those design thinking workshops. 3 things which I just want to share, if I can take, which has helped me in my career. I call it the 3 C's. Change. Change is only constant, all of us would agree that. The second one, of course, is challenge. Yes, a lot of challenges come our way, and we being women, it's all the more. There's doubt, there's conflict, there's fear, there's anger, there's ego, there's everything which you start facing. But how do you overcome that? That's what is important, and that's when you become a leader. And the last but not the least is the chance. We have plenty of opportunities today. I mean, I see all the youngsters, the way you guys are talking, the way you guys are coming up with ideas. There's a lot of opportunity. I think, you know, we should kind of utilize all of those. Just last thing, when I was coming this morning, the flight, I read something. Leadership and learning goes hand in hand, cannot be indispensable. So that's something, like Shalini started off saying AI today. I think learning continues every single day, continues for me too. I'm sure all of us will be able to do that and help our organization grow. Thanks a lot once again, and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
And now for the iconic Women Leadership Award, Marketing and Corporate Communication, Soumya Shenoy, AVP Marketing and Communication, Sattva Group.
Hi, thank you so much, Golden Name. This feels special mainly because we didn't nominate ourselves for this. So, you know, it's different. And I've had the honor of working with large organizations in real estate and infrastructure across my career. My passion has always been PR, and I always ask myself this question: how can I make a difference? How can I add value to this organization and align with the promoter's vision? And I think that has helped me to take companies to the next level and make the impact and achieve the goals that the company needed at that time. I just want to cover 3 aspects. This is across PR as well as other industries. In today's digital age, we need fresh approaches. We can't really look at PR, marketing, branding and advocacy in silos. It's kind of coming together as a holistic ecosystem, and customers today want standardization and value across touch points. So it's not just a brochure or a press release or some signage somewhere. It all has to come together for us to be able to add the value and resonate the brand. The second thing is find your people. You know, one of the winners earlier used the word stalwart, and my mentor said I'm a stalwart. So it was very, very touching, and it was profound, and it stayed with me. So I think find the people who will encourage you and also help you find your strengths even when you don't know them. Sometimes we don't know what we are good at and what we can bring to the table, but there are people who actually will help you get there. Be open to feedback. And finally, I think we don't need to shrink ourselves to fit in anymore. The world is large and there's so many opportunities. There are some companies which will accept you the way you are, value your voice, give you the empowerment and help you show up. So find those people, find those places, and yeah, keep shining. So thank you so much. Thank you for this award.
And now for the Iconic Women Leader Award, Marketing. May I have Ms. Pamela C. Lopokoit. Pardon me for this, if I mispronounced. For this lovely lady from Crown Paints.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Golden Aim Awards, for reaching out and awarding me with this award. It's a testament to all the hard work that we put in as women leaders, as so many speakers before me have said. Women, our role goes beyond, you know, just the workplace and the boardroom. It extends all the way to home, and we are at 100%. We need to be 100% at work, and we need to be 100% at home. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pamela. My second name is a little bit hard, Lopokoit. I am from Kenya. That's in Africa, if you don't know, East Africa. And flown all the way from Kenya to attend this prestigious award. I would like to thank my team for supporting me. I extend this to them, to my parents, and to my lovely daughters. I just want to say thank you. There's a lot that we do as marketers which impact not only organizations but the lives and touch people's lives. So my mantra is to impact people's lives, and I am extremely grateful and happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. One thing I like about people from Africa is their voice and their voice modulation. Whether it's singing, whether it's their speech, they're amazing. Welcome. Dynamic Women Leadership Award Marketing. May I have Gayatri Ivaturi, Marketing COE, Cyberec, India. Do we have her? I ask this question when I see no movements. And now may I have Dr. Anvita Prabhakara, CMO, Business Strategy and Growth, DAP BC, ex BP Castrol, Aditya Birla Z Network. I know there's no moment. Moving ahead, for the Iconic Women Leadership Award, Corporate Communication, Kavita Desai, Corporate Communication, Corporate Social Responsibility and Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Leader. And I love the
Thank you so much. I have a short note so I don't miss out on points. Well, good afternoon. What an afternoon this has been. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the presentations. It fills me with immense pride to be standing in front of you all stalwarts. I use that word again, but it's a great honor to be here. Thank you, Golden Aims Awards and Conferences, for this recognition. It definitely is more than a personal milestone to me. It reaffirms my belief in the power of strategic communication in shaping businesses, inspiring people, and also driving sustainable impact. So, being a communications professional, I must mention this, that from a very early age, I was always captivated by the power of stories. How they had this ability to inspire, engage, influence, and leave a lasting impression. And little did I know back then that this passion would shape my career someday. And not just in storytelling, but in crafting strategies for marketing and communications, building brands, and also influencing meaningful transformations for within the organizations. And this award to me it's a tribute to my mentors, my wonderful colleagues and teams, industry peers, of course. I learn a lot from them, and most importantly, my family, whose unwavering support and encouragement have been invaluable in this journey. So my name is Kavita Desai, and I bring over 2 decades of experience. I lead corporate communications, corporate social responsibility, and diversity, equity, and inclusion portfolios. I've led them for renowned Indian and multinational brands till date. Looking back, my journey with all good and bad experiences has shaped me to what I am today. And also now, as I look further, I feel reassured and committed to using the power of communication to build brands that resonate. So I strongly feel that we all women, and of course the men in the room, we should use our voices, our stories to create a future that is more meaningful, inclusive, and impactful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now for the iconic Women Leadership Award for Facility Management, may we have Neeta Rajesh Mhatre, DR Manager Facility Management, JSW Steel Limited.
Good afternoon, everybody. I've got something to tell, like this is my life journey. I hope you won't mind if I say. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulate all the awardees, the jury, DG1, Golden Emmy Awards, and especially Madam Shania for honoring me with this prestigious award. I want to share my journey. This is like breaking the barriers, a journey of resilience and leadership in the steel industry. In 1991, armed with diploma and determination, I embarked my professional journey as a working woman in a male-dominated industry. I was fortunate to secure a job in administration department at Nippon Dendro, a rare opportunity at the time when women were not considered for technical and field roles. However, the path was not far easy There were no separate female toilets. For 9 years, I was the only woman working along all the male workforce. Despite these challenges, I embraced my responsibilities with dedication. I managed the transport, canteen, dispatch, reception operations. Then when the company transitioned to Ispat Industries Limited under the Mittals, I took over an additional responsibility in HR, overseeing the time office operations, induction programs for new recruits, handling personal records and event management. My role became integral to achieve company targets and supporting its growth. In 2010, after JSW Steel took over, I was entrusted with a major leadership role as a unit head for housing and finance infrastructure. I manage accommodations for graduate trainees, diploma trainees and their families. I also supervise the labor colony allotment, then improve project related work and vendor related recoveries. As JSW Steel Dolvi expanded from 3 metric tons per annum to 11 metric ton per annum, it diversified into cement, paints, TMT bars and CSR activities, including the establishment of the world's largest blast furnace at the Dolvi plant. One of the most defining moment came of my career was during COVID-19 pandemic. I was responsible for ensuring the safety and well-being of 4,000 laborers and approximately 3,000 employees in the company accommodations. My team and I arranged medical facilities, setting isolation centers, conducting daily temperature monitoring. We had a protocol of wearing mask and all, sanitizing the labor colonies. This regular hardship gave a result that not a single COVID patient was found in the labor colony. And achievement that reflected our company to facility management and employee welfare. Recognizing my expertise, the management assigned me additional responsibilities in planning and dispatch, where I introduced new systems to improve efficiency and problem solving. The teamwork was always there. Today, as JSW Steel takes a step forward in gender diversity, I take immense pride in having paved the way for more women to enter and thrive the industry, from being one of the few women in the field to playing a pivotal role in company's growth. My journey has been one of resilience, adaptability and leadership. I am proud to have contributed to JSW Steel's success and to have witnessed its transmission from 1 metric ton per annum to 11 metric ton per annum today. The challenges were many, but each one strengthened my resolve, proving that with determination and hard work, barriers can be broken and new paths can be forged. I once again thank you all, the jury, and last but not the least, I thank my beloved late husband Shri Rajesh Matre, my daughter Mansi and my extended family for supporting me always and being there with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your story from a learner, then someone to participate in breaking the chain and now an achiever. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. For Iconic Women Leader Award Quality Assurance, may we have Neha M.K. Rambia, DGM Quality Assurance, Rebel Food Private Limited. Oh wow! If I may ask, how are you associated?
So very good afternoon all of you. So this is my very first time attending an award. So I don't know what to speak much about it, but we all are really proud of her. Working under her has been an amazing journey for me. So I have been working with her since past 7 years in this organization. So starting from the bottomest position to leading the city now. So I am very happy to share my experience here. So thank you so much.
And now for Iconic Women Leader Award, Internal Audit. Ritu Kumar, Head of Internal Audit, JCB India. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I love this word. Innovative Women Leader Award, CSR. And she is Varada Vilas Kulkarni, Lead CSR, Reliance Industries Limited, Nagothane Manufacturing Division.
Good afternoon all. Just wanted to say thanks to Golden M Awards. Regarding innovative women, I would say भारत की हर नारी innovative है, जुगाड़ू है तो अपने आप वो हल निकालती ही है. तो बस मेरे ख्याल से इनोवेशन ये नहीं है कि हर बार आप चैलेंज का कुछ और सॉल्यूशन निकाल के लाए, हर तरीके का अलग अलग सॉल्यूशन निकाल के लाए. मुझे ऐसा लगता है इनोवेशन वो है कि शायद एक ही तरीके का काम अब अलग अलग तरीके से करे, तो वो भी एक इनोवेशन ही है. आई एम विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट एंड मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा यहाँ आके एंड कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू ऑल. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Well, thank you so much. And for the excellence leadership in coaching and consulting, Best CXO Coach of the Year, Neha Gupta, Founder, Alchemy of Organization Development, Leadership, Coach, OD Consultant, Inclusive Champion, Alchemy of Organization and Development. Can we hear it? And for Women Super Achiever Award, People and Culture, Meenakshi Dubey, People and Culture Strategy. HR Personality of the Year in in Healthcare Sector, Dr. Ratna Nevar, Director HR Admin and Quality, PHPL. For Excellence and Leadership in Corporate Communication, Iconic Women Leadership Award, Corporate Communication, Arpita Rao, Head Corporate Communication, GUS Education, India. For Excellence and Leadership in Corporate Communication and Investor Relation, Exemplary Women Leader Award, Corporate Communication and IR, Aparna Vyas Garg, Head Corporate Communication and Investor Relations, India Energy Exchange. And now can we have for Excellence and Leadership in Artificial Intelligence, Best Use of Gen AI. For the company Gether.ai. I was looking for the name here. So sorry. you so much for being on stage and presenting the award. Shalini, I would really want you to give a thanking note before you walk down stage. I can't stop listening to you.
Thank you so much, all the dignitaries, wonderful people sitting here, and most importantly, I would like to thank you because many of us shared our life, our professional journey, the things we faced. They made us more strong. We emerged out as winners. Every woman or man should be celebrated, and this should not be a single day, it should be every day. Life should be celebrated. We are so blessed and we should be grateful to God. We should express gratitude, and that is the most important thing which we can do to the Almighty. And thank you so much. Thanks.
Alright, thank you so much. As I said, I can keep on listening to you. You're so inspiring. Everyone here actually, everyone who spoke here was so different, so amazing, and so much to learn from you all. So thank you. For excellence and leadership in legal and compliances, Women Super Achiever Award, Legal and Compliances, Vandana Bhatia, Director Legal and Compliances, Ryan India Tax Services Private Limited. We'll be hearing from her.
Hello everyone, my name is Vandana Bhatia. I'm the Director for Legal and Compliance with Ryan India Tax Services Private Limited. I wish and I really give my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Golden Aim Awards for recognizing me as the Super Achiever Women for Legal and Compliance. Thank you so much for this prestigious honor. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For excellence and leadership, Best Marketing and Business Strategy Leader, may we call upon Dr. Anvita Prabhakara, CMO Business Strategy and Growth, DAP BC, ex-BP Castrol Aditya Birla Z Network. Now, thank you for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. We will now pause for a lunch break. Before that, we will first have a group photo. Let's have group photo and then we can break for lunch.